are we all today? So here I am with my chicken journal, and this is the last video for the chicken journal. I did a flip through on the last one where I finished off the things, and I will be selling this journal, and I will be adding a few little bits and pieces, but they're to be secret for the person who gets the journal. So there'll be a little bit more than what's in the flip through, but I'm not going to do another flip through. So today I'm just going to make the little dangle to sit on the bulb pin here. So I'm just going to put the journal aside. Oops, my desk is a right mess at the moment. I clean it up and then I craft and it gets all messy, and then you keep doing the cycle. So I've just kind of made a space here, and hopefully looks clean enough on the video for you. Yes, I've gotten a few things out. I've only made a few dangles so far, and I've kept them fairly simple. So I don't have a huge bead collection or anything, but I do have some bits and pieces of beads I've collected over the years, and honestly some of these beads I would have had for possibly even 30 years. So I've just gathered some out, and I've gathered a needle, and I've picked out some beads and buttons and bits and pieces that the needle will go through, because I usually have been using, and I use embroidery floss, and I've usually just been putting the thread through the holes myself, but I don't want to do that on video because it takes ages. And I usually do it when I'm like, sitting in front of TV or something, so that takes ages. So I'm trying to figure out a faster way to do it, and that's what I've come up with so far. So we'll see how it goes. I've got myself a little jump ring here. It's just a cheap one from a craft shop. And I use embroidery thread. Here's the embroidery thread. And what I've done is I've pulled out some pieces that are plenty long. I will shorten them up as we go. And I've also gone through, and so I've picked two colours out. There's a brownish colour and a pinkish colour there. So what I've done with the embroidery thread, it's got six little threads in each piece of embroidery thread. So you can literally pull them apart, so you've only got one single strand. I don't think that, this stuff is really strong, but I think it needs to be more than one thread for each piece. So I've split them into two lots of 3, and I've put them back together sort of thing, but they'll be easy to pull apart. So I'm only threading through 3 or half of the embroidery thread through the beads. I've just put them all together. I'll just cut it in half, and I'm just going to do it like a tag at the top here. Just pull the threads all the way through, all of them. Hopefully that'll work. Oh, what have I done here? There you go, I've already made a mess. Okay, let's just pull that opening apart. There you go. Real life. This is real life. This is what happens. You make messes, you do things again, you make messes, but you get there in the end. That's what you do. Keep on going. So I'm just going to leave that little piece open there for the time being, and what I will do is grab my awl or a pointy tool so I can pull that through and make life easier. And then I'm just going to open that up and pull all the threads through there and pull it tight. Then it's stuck on that ring. Now I'll just pull that ring shut again, and we'll get a pair of pliers later and make sure that that's nice and tight. I'm not going to worry about it right now, and we're just going to pull these threads out a bit so I can find my pieces to thread some beads onto. So here's one, and I have a needle threader because otherwise I'll be sitting here for ages trying to thread the needle, and not something you want to watch on TV, is it? There we go. Pull the thread through. So you just need a needle that's big enough to get your thread through, and then is big enough to go through your beads. So a lot of these beads in this little case here are too small a hole for me to thread things on. So I'm going with the beads that will fit on here for the time being. So you don't have to sit here and watch me thread heaps and heaps of stuff on. So what we might do is put on, say, 3 little beads on here. Then what I'm doing, I go back through the hole again. So that goes around. And then tie a knot through there. I don't know if you can really see what I'm doing there, and I'm hoping this is going to work. And that can actually still slide up and down, but it basically keeps it in place. There we go, there's one. And my aim is to have them all at different levels. So I'm just going to put one little piece on each one for the time being, because I don't really have tons of beads. And how many pieces? This must be divided in 2. There we go. So we'll do the brown ones. Now where'd my needle go? See, that should keep a magnet here for my needle. Okay guys, where's my needle? Let me know. This will be a very long video if I keep losing my needle. I've taken it off there, haven't I? Yes. How can the needle literally just put it down and it disappears? And you guys are probably going, there it is, there it is. Oh, look, it's in my hand. Oh my gosh, how stupid am I? Far out. My brain must be screwed at the moment. That's a shocker. Well, we're all human, aren't we? Make mistakes, and the older you get, the more silly the mistakes are. In my world anyway. There we go. Put the needle on that one. We don't want to put these ones up so high. So what have we got here? Let's go with the little green flowers. Green flowers. Little pearl. And another green flower. Righto. So I want this quite a bit lower than that one. So we'll put him down. So we'll want him about there. So I'm just going to thread this around back through the bead hole. There we go. And then all I'm doing is threading it back through that piece of string that's wrapped around the bead, if that makes sense. Oops, back through there and then back through on itself. And I'll make a little knot. And what I'll do later is I'll make some better knots at the bottom there to make sure that that's not going to slide off further away. So we've got those two. And next one. Thread the needle. How are you all going today? Getting ready for a New Year's party? I don't usually get New Year's. I'm usually fast asleep. And I definitely will be this year because I have to work New Year's Day. So I work at the local race club on the odd occasion. Just on the tote. One of the 3 jobs I used to have. I don't have any other jobs anymore. So let's see, what do we go with now? Well, we've got 2 of these pink ones. I might do one of those and then do a silver flower, and another one of these, keeping along a similar theme. So they've all got 3 beads on, 2 odd ones. I'm going to put that so it's in between the 2 of those, so it'll be about here. So if I just hold that bead there in place, it's a bit fiddly this job. Put the thread back through the bead, hopefully it fits on these ones. Yep, it does. That's good. One of those threads is pulled funny. Just pull them so they're straight. There we go. So I'll just put it back through that little, under that piece of thread, and then loop it back through itself so it's forming just a single knot on the bottom there. That way if I leave it as a single knot now, I can move them up and down a bit, and then I'll put a double knot later on. So that's those 3 done. And we get another one. It's probably going to take me half an hour just to do this. Probably. That's okay. Showing you real time, real stuff. Threading my thread through the needle here and thread it through here. Where's the end? Oh, there's the end. And the needle's on there, yes. Needle's on there. Good job. I think it's all messed up. That's okay. Sometimes you can use different threads. Depends on the size of the hole in your beads. You could use fishing line. Probably work really well. Probably easy to thread beads on fishing line, but it's harder to make knots. Knots in fishing line. I always keep thinking I should learn how to do fishing line knots. Okay, let's try these blue stars. Blue stars. What can we put in between the blue stars? They're quite big. I know. I'm going to put a little, here's a little music bead. There we go. Work out what height you want it at. About. So you end up with threads and stuff everywhere here. About here will do me. And I'll loop it back around through there. Just bring that thread round to the front of the star. Then we'll go through that thread. Then back through. I'm just going to put the needle backwards through that piece there so I get it through. Running out of length there. Just puts that little knot there for me. I'll try and keep these not too knotted if possible. Pull them out. Work out which piece is next. So we'll grab one of these pieces next. They all tend to wind up because that's how the thread is, all wound up on the spool. So there we go. Do this one. That one's going to sit a little bit funny because the music bead sits out, but no, that's okay actually. I'll do another one with the music. Ding-a-ling, a ding-a-ling, ring ding-a-ling-ling. Starting to get a little bit of a cold again, which is really annoying. I know this weather's been up and down like crazy, cold and then hot and then cold and then hot. And apparently there's a lot of flus and COVID still going around. I think this is the third time getting a bit of a cold in a year, which is really frustrating. I don't usually get colds very often. Okay, I've got 2 of these. So I'm going to go through this one, put this one up high, and then a pearl bead, and then another little pink flower, another little pink flower. There we go. Put that one up nice and high. Hold it there. Through there we go. Now I'm just like, you probably can't really see what I'm doing here, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to do here. Through there and then back through my thread so it just forms a knot on that thread. There we go. So there's that one, and we keep peeling these apart. And I think there's a thread in there with nothing on it. There's a couple there. This is actually 4 pieces here. I think 1, 2, no, 3 threads each. That one there. I've got these buttons here. This has got little owls, party owls on it, and this one's got 2 little owls in branches. I thought they're cute, and they've got the clock numbers on them. Which is really nothing much to do with the journal, but they're really cute. So I thought I'd add those on because that'll be quite simple. Might even be able to get these on without using the needle thread. Actually, I wonder, can you put the threader through there? Put the threader through the buttonhole. There we go. Put the thread through there. All fingers and thumbs when you're trying to do this on video, of course. And then pull that through there. Easy peasy. Now that's a good idea. Back through this side. Put the thread through there. Whoops. Keep all the ends together. Thread that through there. Back through the button. There we go. Righto. I put the button up a bit high, so it's kind of in the middle because he's very big button. Now, I should be able to just tie a knot at the back of the button. And he should just sit on there then. And I'm going to do it. Make sure I got him in the right place. Yep, that'll be fine. So I'm going to do a 3rd knot on there to make sure he stays on there. And I'm going to go over twice. There you go. There we go. Missed a button. So maybe just 2 buttons. I might put this other button on one of these. Oh, my throat's a bit gross. Sorry about that, guys. So I put this other button on. And what I might do once I've done this button is that's 3rd thread. 3rd thread doesn't want to go through there. Once I've done this button, I might stop the video. I'll do the rest because you can see what I'm doing. Don't need to see me threading beads on 500 times. So I'll do the rest and then I'll pop back on and show you the finished product. How's that sound? Sound like a good idea? Get old, yeah. Finger dexterity is terrible. Got that thread through? Yes. There we go. I'm going to put the knot on the front of this one. And we'll put him closer down the bottom. Try to pull those threads even. There we go. Put him about here. So I'll do that. I'll sign off for now and I'll be back in a second and show you the finished product. Cheers. Back again with the finished chicken journal and the finished dangle. So all I did was go through and add a few more pieces. So I've got some buttons and some little beads, different beads, a little bell, butterflies, a little star ornament, or star charm I should say. Here, it's stuck in there, and a little button that's a flower. So that's all of the dangles there together. And then I just put the little hook on the bulb pin there, and I've just tied a little fabric bow on just to add something a little cute there. So I thought that looked quite cool. So there we go. There's our dangles all on our finished chicken journal. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you wish. Please support my channel. Let me know what you want to see. Any questions, put in the comments below. I'll catch you later. Have a wonderful day.